Communications Officer in the Department of Consumer Affairs of the Ministry of International Trade, Industry, Commerce, and Consumer Affairs. I believe that those at the head table would have been identified before. I would also want to recognize the other members of the department, especially those who would be engaged on a regular basis to ensure that our consumers are protected, those who visit the business places, and ensure that the right things are happening so that the relationship between consumers and business people who provide services and goods, that relationship is strong. So I want to ask Trista, to stand and be recognized. And then the lady who participated in the Nakisha, who participated in the exercise. And then Tamika, want to recognize Tamika as well. Ms. Finch, want to recognize Ms. Finch, and of course, Ms. Stevens. All of them are the persons. Is one at the back? Who is there at the back? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't see him. And of course, Mr. Williams, who everybody knows as Bucky. Give them a round of applause for the hard work that they continue to do in making the relationship between consumers and the business people the right one. Now, as you've heard, we are really doing an exercise. We are trying to recognize the importance of consumer, right. We are trying to recognize the importance of consumers as we observe World Consumer Rights Day. And we are doing it in a way that would allow not only the adult population of St. Kitts and Nevis, but the children to be engaged and involved in this. You are the ones who will influence your parents in buying something that is a want as against something that is a need. And as I sat here and I listened to the lesson as it went along, something came to mind, because one of the students said that a tablet was in fact maybe a need, and I think we said it may be a want. Now that is very technical. So I'm going to throw out something to this class, to the head teacher, the principal. I want an essay to be written, maybe involving all of the grade 6 students or those who you would select. The topic is a tablet, meaning the small laptop computer or small laptop. A tablet in this modern world is a need and not a want. That's the topic. Very good debate. And so it's a debate really. And so I want to stimulate your minds, because in a modern age, especially St. Kitts and Nevis, where we believe that if we are going to advance our country, we need to bridge the digital divide. We need to ensure that those countries which are developed countries do not in any way progress towards enhancing the livelihoods of their people as against us here, because we are relatively small countries, less endowed with resources that we see a laptop, computer, or a tablet, for that matter, as a want. No. I believe if we are going to move our country forward, it is a need. I want to hear the students, their views and their ideas on this as we transition the tablet from being a want to a need. And in fact, one of the things that we are doing during this particular program, we are celebrating, as I said, World Consumer Rights Day. And there's a theme that is being used to focus our attention in this celebration 2023. And the theme is, here is it, empowering consumers through clean energy transitions. I want to repeat it, because I want you to make note of it. Empowering consumers through clean energy transitions. And this speaks a lot of where our country is today. A lot of what we are experiencing as a people in St. Kitts and Nevis and as inhabitants of planet Earth. Because you see, when we speak of transitioning through clean energy, it means that some energy forms are dirty. And what are some of the energy forms that we are aware of today, that we use here in St. Kitts and Nevis? You're bright kids, you should know. What are some of the energy forms that we use today to provide electricity, etc., etc., etc. for all people? Yes. Sorry? Solar panels. Windmills, wind energy, yes. You answered already? Dams, hydro, very important. This guy is thinking. Okay. But so the situation is that we are transitioning. We are trying to influence our consumers. We are trying to empower our consumers by influencing them to choose not dirty energy forms, but clean energy. We consider fossil fuel, the gasoline in the cars, oil, that we import in our country. We consider those to be, my own words, dirty fuel. Not clean energy. Not green energy. Not renewable energy. Because that form of energy, for example, as I said, oil, petroleum products, those are energy forms which cause damage. It causes overheating of the atmosphere. Because that carbon dioxide and gases which are released during the burning of fossil fuel, they get entrapped in the atmosphere. They heat up the earth. And as a result of that, we have serious effects like hurricanes. So when we talk about climate change, it is related to fossil fuel energy being used. It relates to the entrapment of the gases in the atmosphere, the heating up of planet Earth, and then we see a lot of climatic changes taking place on planet Earth in St. Kitts and Nevis, all over the world. And so there is no quest for us to transition from what is considered to be dirty energy to clean energy. And we are saying to you, the children of settlers, influence your own parents and influence your own government. That it is time that we move from using fossil fuel to clean, renewable, green energy. And the kids know the different forms. They told you wind, one guy said dam or hydro. But there's one that we have here in St. Kitts and Nevis and we are not using. And we must use if we are going to not only enrich our country, but to save planet Earth and reduce the climatic conditions, the climatic changes that are being resulting from the use of fossil fuel. Can anyone tell me one form of energy that we didn't mention, but we have a lot here in St. Kitts? Huh? What form of clean energy do we have that we are not using in St. Kitts and Nevis?
Sunlight.
Sunlight is one, but we have sunlight and we use sunlight already because somebody said solar panels. Sorry? What she said? Geothermal. She's right. Give her a round of applause. This little girl, I remember I was just as small as she was, as she is when I was in grade 6 in St. Paul's Primary School. But she's smart. Not that I was smart, but she's smart. But geothermal, because in Nevis, in case you don't know, you should study this. That one of these days you should take a little visit to Nevis and go to Hamilton Estate and see the area that they are drilling to get geothermal energy out of the core of the earth. We have a lot of geothermal energy there in Nevis, and maybe in St. Kitts, but we have already tapped that in Nevis. We not only have enough to supply all of the electricity that we need here in St. Kitts and Nevis, but we have enough to export to other countries. And so today, we hear of the Arab world, Middle East, and Venezuela, and Trinidad, and now Guyana have found a lot of oil, and they are exporting oil, and that is making them richer. We also have a lot of energy stored up here in Nevis, geothermal. And presently we are working with the Caribbean Development Bank and other countries around the world to help us to bring that energy, geothermal energy, from the core of the earth in Hamilton Estate. And we will export excess to countries like Puerto Rico. And so we are presently in discussions with the United States government to buy our geothermal energy so that they can use that in Puerto Rico to manufacture goods. So we will become not only in the future a net importer of energy, but St. Kitts and Nevis will top the rest of the world and will be exporting energy to the rest of the world. Give St. Kitts and Nevis a round of applause. Finally, in this room, you will be the engineers to make that a reality and to sustain it. You, the ladies in particular. A few days ago we had International Women's Day. A lot of women are now taking over the jobs that men used to do. Energy engineers, right here in this room, we have energy engineers that will make settlers, will make your head teacher, your principal proud that you sat in her class and she was looking at where we would be in the future as we transition from fossil energy to clean energy, and as we empower our consumers to choose the right form of energy. Thank you.